From the book of John, chapter 5, verse 35 to 36. He was a burning and a shining light, and you were willing for a season to rejoice in his light. But I have greater witness than that of John, for the works which the Father has given me to finish, the same works that I do bear witness of me, that the Father hath sent me. Now, this is Christ speaking about John the Baptist. Now, what does he mean by, I have a greater witness than that of John? Let's make a quick detour to Matthew chapter 11, verse 11. And it reads, Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. So, what does Christ represent in this interaction? And who or what does John the Baptist represent or symbolize? John the Baptist symbolizes the carnal mind or the intellectual mind. He represents the peak of what you can be, the peak of who you can be if you go and seek salvation through the law, you see. Christ says that he is the greatest born of women. That means he's talking about a fleshly birth, you see. John the Baptist is not spiritually born again because he is carnally minded, intellectually minded. He goes by the law, you see, and not by grace. That is the difference between the two. Notwithstanding that he is the least in the kingdom of heaven, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. So he who is the least amongst all of the spiritually minded people is greater than John the Baptist. Because John the Baptist, whether he is John the Baptist or not, he still is under the law. He still only goes by the law. You see, he still goes to seek salvation through the carnal mind, through the intellectual mind, through being obedient to all of the commandments from the Old Testament. But you see, the spiritually minded man is justified by grace, through faith, through confidence in God, in love, you see. Do you see the difference? Do you now understand why John the Baptist said, I must decrease and he must increase, you see? He also said about Christ that John the Baptist, he said, I am not worthy to latch his sandals. You see, the carnally minded man, the intellectually minded man, may he be at his peak like John the Baptist, he is unworthy to latch the sandals of the spiritually minded man, you see? He must give way. The intellectually minded man that you are at some point in your life, you see, John the Baptist marks that point in your life where you have reached the peak of what you can reach through the carnal mind, through the intellectual mind, through observing the law, outside of grace, outside of love, you see, because love fulfills the law. And when you have reached that point, you must admit to yourself, hey, I can't do it. I can't do it through my intellectual mind. I can't receive salvation through observing all of these commandments, because if I fail at one of those commandments, I'm cooked. You see, because the scriptures clearly tell you, if you break one of the commandments, one of the 613 commandments, you see, you have broken all of them. You see, there's not no wriggle room anywhere. You see, it is only through love that we are saved. You see, so all of the works that we do with our flesh, with our carnal mind, with our intellectual mind. The things that we do based on outward appearance, the acts that we do, they are nothing, you see. They are not going to get us into heaven, which is simply a state of consciousness, a state of being. It's not a place. Hell is not a place either. It's a state of consciousness. And the consciousness of the carnal mind, of the intellectual mind, must give way to that of the spiritual mind, you see. And we enter into that spiritual mind through Christ. Christ's name simply means God's loving nature. So God's loving nature enables us to travel to our promised land, which is the spiritual mind in us. So in the end, the carnal mind gives way. He is decreased, which is why in the end John the Baptist gets his head chopped off, because he must decrease, you see, and Christ must increase. The love of God in you must increase so that you are translated into the kingdom of heaven, which is simply the spiritual mind, which is life and peace.